Masquerade Baubles of Doom is a psychedelic comedy action-adventure game developed by Big Ant Studios, an Australian video game company. Fancy that! Released as of April 2016, it's available on Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and Steam. I'd describe the game as a comical hybrid between Ratchet & Clank meets World of Warcraft. Other than sounding like a medieval porn film, it bears little resemblance to other games of its genre, which is impressive to begin with. So to replicate the critics trying to analyse Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, let's start with a plot. The game is set in medieval times. No, not that one. You play as Jax the Jester, a blue hero with a hammer. Imagine Nightcrawler having a love child with Thor. Kill it, kill it, kill it with a brick. Jax is running through the town when the princess who he was travelling with is captured by clown guards, Roman-looking soldiers with red clown noses. You seriously couldn't make this up. Jax is guided by a godlike figure to push forward and find the princess. Jax basically spends the rest of the game trying to rescue the princess.
Excuse me, they just recycled the plot to Super Mario Brothers.
Sorry. You! Get out! Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, after borrowing the plot from a racially stereotypical Italian plumber, Jax spends the rest of the game taking on various enemies, including soldiers, and more fucking soldiers. Oh, and there's a leprechaun who tries to murder you. Try looking at Lucky Charms the same way now. The main antagonist is a large powerful soldier, referred to as Big Nose, who is after the druid orbs, giant balls that grant the user domain over all they choose. Jax traverses through the 8 acts in this episode. Jax is then confronted by Big Nose, who is a worthy adversary with a personality that pays tribute to Marlon Brando as the Godfather.
But he'll give it all up once I crush the hero.
But after defeating Big Nose proceeds to say that a bounty has been placed on Jax, and proceeds to talk about new lands with more information to the whereabouts of the druid orbs. Jax then walks through the tower door to save the princess. Cut to end credits. To be continued. I'll start with the pros. First of all, this game puts a spin on an otherwise traditional action-adventure game. Being able to play as a blue jester in a world full of clowns certainly plays up to that underdog stereotype. Second of all, the humour. At first, seeming over the top almost to the point of parody, there were sections during the levels there were genuine moments of humour. In fact, during sections of the cutscenes, I found myself smirking, even full on laughing.
Huge mistake! We will crush you! And we will take your bones and turn it... Enough talk! About time. Let's get 'em. Hold your noses. We got an easy player here. No! You pussycat!
Thirdly, I'd say the visuals. As much as I tried to avoid talking about graphical input, I actually enjoyed the game's colour scheme as it kept a funny jovial theme throughout the game, using themes such as mocking death with comical falling, and Roadrunner-style chalk outlines. Also, acknowledging their mistakes and shortcomings is a rarity for bad guys in video games, so props to that.
Was that a spawn point? Sorry. Idiot!
A simple visual of sinking boats were awash with cascades of colour that by historical standards would otherwise look bleak and depressing like a teenager's bedroom. Now we move on to the cons. First of all, I'll address the character development. Apart from Jax and Big Nose, there are very few memorable characters. At times we see snippets of story within the cutscenes, but other than that, it's pretty much a simple A to B formality in terms of structure, but still enjoyable to an extent. Second issue I have with the game is the hit detection. There were points in the game where I went to hit my special hammer strike, no that's not a euphemism, onto an enemy, and it just straight up missed. Also, the boxing glove mines can go straight to hell. I can't tell you how many times I was walking through a level just to be sucker punched.
What the f?
Overall, I enjoyed Masquerade, as it combined old with new elements to form a decent plot, with decent level design, comical aesthetics, and personally, for the Godfather homage, I'd give Masquerade a solid 8 out of 10. It stands out from the crowd in my opinion, but it's by no means a AAA title. Plus the episodic release means that with only 8 acts, you'll finish the game in a few hours. I'd recommend this game to indie gamers who are looking for a laugh whilst beating up clowns, or people who are curious as to what would happen if two timelines were fused. And with that, we saddle up on our noble steed, grab our wenches, and dine like kings on a giant turkey leg. Okay, I've been Herocross Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.